Howdy guys, Jimmy Song here. In this video, I'm going to talk about some choices that you can make, right? Now, the thing in the Bitcoin community, I think that Tone said a while back is that, since he started, I think it was around 2013, he noticed that nearly every non-technical person and a lot of technical people as well have gone over to shitcoin land. And he was talking about pretty much the only non-technical person that he knows that stayed in Bitcoin is like Chase Mayer. Everyone else has done their own shitcoin of some kind or whatever, and they've gone over essentially to the dark side. And this is something that I've thought a lot about because, from an ethical standpoint, what they're doing is horrific. I mean, they're essentially scamming people into these investments to enrich themselves at the expense of everybody else, and that's I mean that should give a lot more people pause. But the fact that so many of these people have essentially gone and done whatever to make the money that they can in an unethical fashion should tell you something about like how the whole system is. And one of the things that I read recently that made a lot of sense is that the chief reason to be good isn't because of the lack of consequences. The chief reason to be good is so that you don't become a scoundrel. That essentially like good is its own reward in the sense that if you act badly, you become a worse person. And that's essentially what's happened to a lot of people in this industry is that as they make bad choices, they continue to justify their bad choices and they become a worse and worse person. This is sort of the tragic flaw of novels and so on. It's you have that one flaw, and if it continues to gnaw at you, it will eventually make you an evil person, and that's what I would call a scoundrel. So that's all to say, like, don't do anything unethical. There are temptations to, especially if you have some amount of influence in the industry, it's very tempting to go and do an ICO, or at least it was, make a couple $1 million and call it a day. But the downside of that is that you don't become the kind of person that would really enjoy the couple $1 million. You're not necessarily you don't become the type of person that's able to keep that couple $1 million or to invest that couple $1 million and make something good for the world. Instead, you become a selfish prick. And that's something that you have to think about when you're making choices in those realm, in that realm. And this is I think one of the big reasons why you shouldn't really trade altcoins. There's I mean, you can make money, and I mean, if you're in that discipline, that's fine. And I'm not gonna like judge you on that necessarily. It's that if you get used to making money that way, you become the type of person that those people become, and like like, is that how you want to live the rest of your life? Like, sort of fast and hard and like kind of lots of risk taking and stuff like that. I mean, it might be, but there are long-term consequences to doing something like that you have to really think about before you make those choices. And that's what like sort of having a low time preference is all about. It's making sure that you are doing the things that will make you happy many years from now, instead of just right now, damn the consequences for later. Anyway, just a little rant. Hope that helps you. This song is done.